Me, 28, female, identified as lesbian since 18, came out dramatically sophomore year of college publicly. Rainbow flags in dorm room, the whole thing. Told everyone who would listen about my identity. Joined every LGBT organization on campus immediately after. Became president of the Lesbian Student Union Junior. Wrote thesis on lesbian representation in media studies. Fully immersed myself in the community and culture. Looking back, maybe trying too hard to convince. Myself more than anyone else, but didn't realize. Had a bad experience with guys in high school. First boyfriend was pushy and honestly pretty awful. Second one cheated with my best friend repeatedly. Decided men were trash and I was done. Started hanging with the gay crowd at college. They were amazing, supportive, and actually fun people. Felt safer there than anywhere else on campus. One girl in the group, Alex, was openly lesbian. She was confident, funny, and absolutely magnetic, honestly. Everyone loved her, including me, but differently somehow. We became best friends, hanging out constantly together. She mentioned she thought I was cute once. My brain immediately went, maybe I'm gay too. Started analyzing every female friendship I'd ever had. Convinced myself that admiration was actually real attraction. Told Alex I might be gay one drunk night. She was so supportive and encouraging about everything. We kissed and it felt nice but strange. Not fireworks, but I figured that's just movies. We started dating and I came out immediately. Parents were shocked, but eventually came around slowly. Told everyone I'd found my true self finally. Relationship with Alex lasted 2 years, total approximately. Sex was awkward, but thought I needed practice. Never really enjoyed it, but pretended I did. She could tell something was off between us. We broke up but stayed friends. Thankfully, no drama. Dated Sarah next for about 8 months roughly. She was sweet, but again something felt missing. Chalked it up to just not finding. The one. Kept dating women exclusively for 10 years straight. Rebecca, Melissa, Jenna, Kate, and several others included. Some relationships lasted months, others just weeks. Honestly, sex always felt like performing a role somehow. Going through motions I thought I should enjoy. Watch lesbian porn trying to get into it. Felt nothing, just awkward and vaguely uncomfortable watching. But straight porn made me feel guilty and confused, like I was betraying my identity and community. Told myself I was just not very sexual. Maybe a sexual lesbian was my real identity, actually. Threw myself deeper into activism and community work. Organized pride events, wrote angry blog posts constantly. Called out heteronormativity wherever I saw it existing. Became known as the most lesbian around. Friends joked I was their gay guru and guide. Helped other girls come out and find themselves. It felt like I had to be perfect lesbian. Representation, since I was so vocal about it. Couldn't admit to anyone I felt dead inside. During sex or that I fantasized about men. Pushed those thoughts down immediately when they surfaced. That's just compulsory heterosexuality, I told myself repeatedly. Society trained you to want men, ignore it. But the thoughts kept coming back stronger eventually. Started having dreams about male co-workers and friends. Wake up confused and ashamed of my subconscious. Double down on being super gay in public. Get another rainbow tattoo to prove my commitment. Date Angela, most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. She was perfect in every way imaginable, honestly. Kind, smart, successful, gorgeous body. Everything anyone could want. Still felt absolutely nothing when we touched intimately. Kissing her was like kissing my sister, honestly. Sex felt like a chore I had to complete. She noticed and asked if I was really attracted. Lied and said yes. Of course you're perfect. We broke up a month later. She knew I was, lying about my feelings and desire for her. Completely devastated started. Therapy to process the breakup. Therapist asked, "Have you considered you're not gay?" Got defensive immediately. How dare she suggest that? Stormed out, found new therapist who validated me. But the question haunted me for months afterwards. Started really examining my past relationships and feelings. Realized I'd never actually felt sexual attraction to any woman I'd dated in 10 years ever. Just deep admiration that I confused for attraction. Thought finding women pretty meant I was gay, but straight women find women pretty too obviously. The difference is wanting to be them versus wanting to be with them sexually and romantically. I only ever wanted to be them actually. Had mental breakdown at 28, realizing this truth. 10 years of my life built on misunderstanding. Told everyone I was something I wasn't actually. Built entire identity around being lesbian publicly loudly. How could I take it back now honestly? Started paying attention to men again, secretly first. Caught myself staring. At guy at coffee shop. Immediately felt butterfly feelings in my stomach intensely. The feeling I never had with any woman. Tried to ignore it, but kept happening everywhere. Male coworker smiled at me. Felt actual chemistry. The spark everyone talks about was finally there. Downloaded dating app, secretly set preferences to men. Felt like betraying everything I stood for publicly. Matched with David's sweet, funny software engineer type. Chatting with him felt natural and exciting immediately. Agreed to coffee date, heartbeat racing with anticipation. Sat across from him, electricity in the air. When he touched my hand, I felt everything. All the feelings that were missing for years. This is what attraction actually feels like, apparently. Went on 3 more dates before kissing him. Fireworks, explosions, the whole 9 yards, absolutely everything. Cried afterwards because it confirmed my worst fears. I was never gay, just confused and hurt. Tried to convince myself, maybe I'm bisexual actually. But deep down, knew that wasn't true either. I'm straight, always was, just couldn't admit it. The lesbian community was my safe space hideout, where I felt valued and important and special, where men couldn't hurt me anymore, I thought. But I was hiding from dealing with trauma. Instead of working through my issues with men, I just decided all men were the problem. Easier than admitting I picked shitty guys before, or that I needed therapy for trust issues. Told my therapist everything, expecting judgment immediately, honestly. She said sexuality is complex. Don't label yourself. Some people need time to figure themselves out. Doesn't invalidate anyone else's experience or identity journey. Still haven't told anyone else the truth yet. David and I have been dating 6 months. Happiest I've ever been in any relationship period. But I'm terrified to come out as straight. How do you uncome out of the closet? Tell people you were wrong for a decade. Some friends suspect something because I'm glowing lately. Stopped going to lesbian events and meetups regularly. Told them I'm just busy with work stuff. But really, I feel like a complete fraud. Can't face the women I helped come out. What if they think I invalidated their experience? Or that I was lying the whole time? I wasn't lying, just desperately confused and lost. Wanted so badly to be gay, I convinced myself I was through sheer force of will. But sexuality doesn't work that way at all. You can't choose who you're attracted to physically. I know that now, but learned too late. Considering moving cities to start fresh somewhere new, where nobody knows my gay activist past life, where I can just date David openly, freely, without explaining my entire complicated history to everyone. Part of me mourns the community I'm losing. They were my family for so many years. But I can't keep living a lie anymore. Exhausting pretending to be something you're not daily. Ironically, what I thought straight people did constantly, turns out. I was the one pretending actually. David doesn't know about my past yet either. Terrified to tell him I identified as lesbian for 10 entire years before meeting him somehow. What if he thinks I'm broken or confused? Or that I'll change my mind again later? What if he doesn't trust my feelings for him? But I can't build relationship on lies either. Learned that lesson the hard way multiple times. Planning to tell him everything next week, hopefully. Wish me luck, going to need it desperately. Sometimes wonder how many other lesbians are just hurt straight girls hiding from men. Probably more than anyone wants to admit honestly. Sexuality is complicated and trauma makes it worse. Thought I was so sure, but was so wrong. 10 years of my life, I'll never get back. But at least I know who I am now. Just a straight girl who took longest detour to figure out what she actually wanted finally.